WWE Evolution, Iyo Sky, C, vs Rhea Ripley ends with a shock, Women's World Championship match result. Rhea Ripley and Iyo Sky fought till they could, but the match ended with a shock. Get a 20% deposit match up to $1,500 in sports bonus. Claim $1,500. Rhea Ripley is the most dominant force on the planet Earth. She has dominated WWE for so long that we are still not getting used to seeing her without the title. But like every superhero has a nemesis, she, too, has one. Iyo Sky has been a puzzle that Rhea Ripley has failed to solve her entire career. She has a one-way domination over the results of the matches between her and Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley has never defeated Iyo Sky, despite competing numerous times in both their NXT days and on the main roster. Rhea was the one who gave Iyo Sky her title opportunity, a mistake that she will regret for her entire life. That title opportunity became a nightmare for Rhea Ripley as Iyo Sky dethroned her to become the new Women's World Champion. Rhea competed in a triple threat at WrestleMania, but Iyo Sky still ended up on top. Naomi cashes in her MITB contract, becomes the new Women's World Champion. Naomi waited and waited till both Rhea Ripley and Iyo Sky drained each other out. She cashed in her contract the moment both women were down on the floor. She turned a singles match into a triple threat and then hit Iyo Sky with the briefcase. She threw Rhea Ripley shoulder first into the ring post and then delivered a moonsault to Naomi to win the match. She is now the new Women's World Champion. Rhea Ripley and Iyo Sky broke all the boundaries of brutality in a match. While Iyo Sky was fighting to retain the title, Rhea Ripley was fighting to prove to herself that she could beat Iyo Sky. Iyo Sky has dominated Rhea Ripley for so long because she has a counter for every move that Rhea Ripley possesses. It's like she has extensively studied Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley finally dominated Iyo Sky, but a missile drop kick took down the referee. Rhea Ripley delivered a riptide to Iyo Sky, and the crowd counted to 10, but there was no official to perform the count. Rhea Ripley snapped and took the fight outside the ring, where both of them assaulted each other so badly that they had no strength left when they re-entered the ring. Rhea Ripley kicked out of an over the moonsault from Iyo Sky. It was at this point that Naomi entered the ring and stole the show. Naomi cashes in Money in the Bank briefcase at WWE Evolution 2. The end of tonight's WWE Evolution brought chaos to the WWE Universe, as Naomi cashed in her Money in the Bank briefcase. During the main event between reigning WWE Women's World Champion Iyo Sky and Rhea Ripley, Naomi took her chance. Toward the end of the match, Sky countered a riptide attempt at the top rope and hit Ripley with a Spanish fly. Surprisingly, Rhea kicked out, and a stunned Sky couldn't believe it. Naomi's music then hit, and she came running down to the ring with her briefcase and contract in hand. After cashing in the briefcase, Naomi promptly hit Sky with the briefcase. She then threw Ripley into the turnbuckle and out of the ring, before hitting a split-legged moonsault on Sky. That was all it took, and Naomi quickly won the title and successfully cashed in. After the match, Ripley and Sky helped one another up the ramp, with Rhea congratulating Sky on her accomplishments. As for Naomi, this is her third time holding the WWE Women's World Championship. Her last reign came in 2017, when she won the belt at WrestleMania 33 before losing it later that year. Watch Rhea Ripley and Iyo Sky's heartbreaking reaction after WWE Evolution goes off the air. It was a heartbreaking end to the night for Rhea Ripley and Iyo Sky at WWE Evolution 2025 as neither woman walked out with the Women's World Championship. Their heartbreaking reaction was captured after the show went off the air. The main event of WWE Evolution 2025 saw a rematch between Iyo Sky and Rhea Ripley, with the Eradicator looking to end her curse against the Genius of the Sky. Michael Cole and Wade Barrett even indirectly accused Iyo Sky of not being honest about why she chose Ripley. However, they later acknowledged that she is one of the best wrestlers in the world. Being the best didn't matter, as it was Naomi who walked out with the Women's World Championship. After WWE Evolution went off the air, Rhea Ripley and Iyo Sky embraced each other in a heartbreaking and touching moment. It's beautiful to see the level of respect both women have for each other as competitors. They're from Japan and Australia, respectively, and had drastically different journeys to reaching WWE, but the fact that they headlined Evolution is a huge testament to both of them. Once again, Ripley has failed to beat the genius of the Sky, but they may just have to put their rivalry on hold for another day. Iyo Sky tries to end Rhea Ripley's WWE career with death-defying stunt at Evolution. Iyo Sky just tried to end Rhea Ripley's career with a crazy stunt at WWE Evolution. The main event of WWE Evolution saw Rhea Ripley challenge Iyo Sky for the Women's World Championship. Sky has had Ripley's number for years now, with the latter coming up short every time they've gone head-to-head. Tonight, she was hoping to change that trend, and technically, she did. Unfortunately, the referee was knocked out and unable to perform the 3 count. This infuriated the Eradicator, who proceeded to move her battle with Sky into the stands and amongst the WWE universe. From there, things went back and forth. Ripley got some shots in, and so did Iyo Sky. However, perhaps the highlight of their short battle in the stands was a death-defying stunt from the genius of the Sky, who took to the sky, jumping from a height of 20 feet to hit Mommy with a splash. It was an epic moment that resulted in both women lying motionless on the ground for a short while. It was perhaps even the best sequence of the entire match, maybe even of the entire night. Naomi cashed in on Iyo Sky to become Women's World Champion. Unfortunately, the death-defying antics of Iyo Sky did not help her out in the long run. Over time, her match with Rhea Ripley returned to the ring, where they once again went at each other to the point where they were on their last legs. This was when things became even more chaotic, as NAOMI'S Music Hit. Ms. Money in the Bank rushed to the ring. She used her briefcase to knock out Sky, threw Ripley into the ring post and out of the ring, and then proceeded to pin the former to become the new Women's World Champion. A chaotic ending to an incredible night at Evolution, and an ending that will surely be addressed tomorrow on Raw. Watch what happened with Rhea Ripley after Evolution 2 went off air. The two main eventers shared a moment after Evolution 2 went off air. WWE presented the Evolution 2 PPV from State Farm Arena in Atlanta, Georgia, this Sunday. The main event of the show featured Rhea Ripley challenging Iyo Sky for the Women's Championship. Both women put on a great match, proving why they deserved to be the last bout in the card. The ending of the bout saw Ms. Money in the Bank Naomi pulling a Seth Rollins maneuver, and cashing in her contract while the championship match was still ongoing. The triple threat match rules allowed her to use her briefcase as a weapon on Sky. After taking Ripley out by sending her crashing through the ring post, Naomi delivered a split-legged moonsault on the women's champion for the pin. The second Evolution PPV went off the air with Naomi celebrating her big victory up on the ramp, while Sky and Ripley remained in the ring. After the broadcast of the main show ended, Rhea showed some respect towards her opponent. She shared a hug with Iyo before both left the ring together. This is Naomi's first time winning the women's title in her decade-plus career in WWE. She previously had multiple runs with the women's tag titles but had never held a singles title in the company. New Women's Champion at WWE Evolution. Naomi cashes in at Women's PLE. The men were great way to start the weekend. And tonight, the ladies will close it in style. World Wrestling Entertainment will present Evolution, a premium live event featuring only women's matches. This is the second time the promotion is doing an event like this. The first one was a huge success. This one should be even bigger. In the past decade or so, women's wrestling has improved daily. The women are now every bit as entertaining as the men, and tonight, the stars will show what they got. We'll take you through the opening bell until the lights go out. And we'll give you live analysis, results, and grades of all matches. Quick Evolution results. Becky Lynch defeated Bayley and Lyra Valkyria. Jacy Jayne defeated Jordynne Grace. Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez defeated the Kabuki Warriors, Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair, and Sol Ruca and Zarya. Tiffany Stratton defeated Trish Stratus. Jade Cargill defeated Naomi. Stephanie Vaquer won a 20-women battle royal. Naomi defeated Rhea Ripley and Iyo Sky after cashing in her Money in the Bank contract. Rhea Ripley vs. Iyo Sky. Okay, let's be honest, this is the reason we're all here. It's the biggest woman's star in wrestling right now versus the best woman's wrestler right now, is that fair? I love Toni Storm, Mercedes Moné, and it's hard to top so many of the women we've seen tonight, but I think today, that's where I'd rank these two. Jade Cargill vs. Naomi was a biggie tonight too, but this is the main event. And this should be the main event. Rhea is on her way to the ring. Rhea has crazy presence and star power. The fans were going nuts for her. And they may have gotten louder way Sky's music hit. Wow, that was nice to hear. The fans are going crazy. I'm a little surprised, but it's mostly dudes in the crowd. I was hoping there'd be more girls watching their heroes. Maybe a little more girls than usual, but honestly, I typically don't look at the fans. I just wanted to see if there'd be more females tonight for the women's show. Sister Rhea got a great ovation. Happy for Iyo Sky. She's held the title since before WrestleMania, and has done a good job with the title. They start strong, and both women have their share of fans. They do the RVD Jerry Lynn standoff. You don't see too many people do that, that was pretty cool. Ripley is too big and strong to fly like she does. Now she's doing the clubber lang, keeping Sky in the corner. But Rhea gives a clean break and does a little dance. She could have eaten her like a tiger, but she did a clean break. Both women say they respect each other, then they started throwing live rounds. And Ripley eats a drop kick that sends her to the floor. She goes for a dive, but Ripley hits her before she hits the air. But then she hits a moonsault to the floor, and that one didn't miss. Sky throws Ripley back in and hits the top rope. She goes for a roll-up, but Ripley powers out. Sky has pretty much done whatever she wanted to the entire match. The two are fighting on the apron when Ripley hit a giant knee, then threw Sky into the table. Ripley has Sky down and in an armbar after using a body scissors to tire the champ down. But Sky recovers to hit a DDT. I expected one wrestler to dominate in this match, but not the way it's gone. Sky has had the advantage the entire match, one step ahead of Ripley. Sky just stepped on Ripley before going for a moonsault, and that was a mistake because Ripley went for a suplex from the top, but Sky once again won't let Ripley get an edge. She lands on her feet and goes back on the attack.